Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, let's try to recreate this simple emoji using HTML and CSS. So I'm gonna go to my Visual Studio Code. I created a folder called CSS Art Simple Emoji. So inside this, we are going to create two files as usual, CSS and HTML file. So right click, new file, index.html, then right click, new file, and call it styles.css. Now we shall start with the index. So in the index, create an HTML structure by pressing Shift and exclamation mark and press Enter. So it will create a structure for HTML, and let's write the title to CSS Emoji Art. So after that, we shall jump straight to the body. Before going to the body, let's link our CSS, though it's still empty. So we shall write link, and our CSS file is styles.css. Thereafter, let's go to the body. Now inside the body, we are going to create a general class and call it emoji, and press enter. When you look at this emoji critically, you can see it has a head, it has hair, this is eyebrows, it has eyes, it has got nose, and it has got mouth. So we are going to create classes based on those features that the emoji has. So our first one, we are going to create a div class for hair. So we shall write a div and give it a class of hair, and then it has a face, so we shall write a div and give it a class of face, and then it has eyes, but it has two different eyes, so we shall create a div and give it a class of eye, but then one of the eye is left, so we shall call it left eye, and then repeat this for the right eye. Let's copy that and paste it there, and then just change this right eye. Now after that, it also has eyebrows, so it also has got two eyebrows, so we shall create a div and give it a class of eyebrow, and there is a left eyebrow and there is a right eyebrow, so we shall specify that left eyebrow, and then we copy the same and just change the left to right, and then it has also got nose and mouth, so let's create another div and give it a class of nose, and then the last one we shall call it div and give it the class of mouth. So this is how our HTML looks like. So let's open it in browser. Ideally you are not going to see anything in the browser, as you can see. So let's now style it using CSS. Right, so now let's make sure that CSS is linked. Let's go to our styles.css. So first things first, we're going to start with a body. We give it box sizing, border box, margin 0, padding 0, justify content, center, align items, center, display, flex, and then height, we shall give it 100 vertical height. Now first, let's get our class emoji and start styling it. We're gonna give it a width of 300 pixels and also height of 300 pixels. We shall give it a border radius. We shall give it a background color, which is going to be the skin color of the emoji, I guess. We shall give it something yellowish, F9C70B. Now you're able to see something. So let's give it a border radius of 50% and give it position, relative, and then overflow. Let's give it hidden. Now next thing is, let's style the next class, which is hair. So we shall copy that class. We shall give our hair the width of 200 pixels, and we shall give it a height of 100 pixels. Then let's give it color, that is background color, slightly grayish, that is 333. Then let's give it a border radius of also 50%. We position it absolute, so in the top, let's put it at -60 pixels, and left, let's put it at 50 pixels, and then give it Z index. Let's give it 1. So that's all for the hair. The next is, let's style the face. So for the face, we shall give it a width of 240 pixels, height of 260 pixels. Our border radius shall be 50%. Let's position it absolute. Top 50 pixels, left 30 pixels, and then overflow. Let's give it hidden. After styling the face, let's style the eye independently, and then we shall style the different eyes as well. So let's copy the class I. Let's give it a background color of white, which is triple F. Give it a width of 30 pixels, height 50 pixels. Let's position it so we can see it. Absolute. Top, let's give it 50%. You can see it right there. And then let's give it border radius of 50%. So now let's style the left eye and the right eye. So for the left eye, we are going to move it left to 50 pixels. Then for the right eye, we shall move it right at 50 pixels. These are our eyes. So you can see it's a bit down. So let's change top to 50 pixels instead of percentage. So you can see it has moved. So our next class is the eyebrow. So let's copy the eyebrow, paste it there. We give it a width of 50 pixels, 40 rather. Height of 10 pixels. Let's give it a background color, same color as the hair. And then let's position it, absolute. Then let's give it top 35 pixels. Now let's style the left eyebrow. Let's move it to the left, 40 pixels. Let's transform it. We are going to rotate it to 15 degrees. So we say rotate 15 DEG. Then for the right eyebrow, we are also going to give it the same, but we shall rotate it to negative 15 degrees. So we shall say right eyebrow. We're going to move it to the right at 40 pixels. We shall say transform, then rotate it to negative 15 degrees. Perfect. Now we are left with the nose and the mouth. So let's create the nose. Width, let's give it 20 pixels. Height of 20 pixels. Let's give it a background color, a lighter version of gray. Let's position it absolute. Top 80 pixels. Left 110 pixels. Border radius of 50%. So let's style the mouth. Width, let's give it 60 pixels. Give it a height of 20 pixels. Let's give it a background color. Top, let's give it 120. Left, let's give it 90 pixels. Position absolute. Then border radius 50%. So you can see how our emoji is coming to shape, but we need to make a few modifications to it so it can look similar like this. Yeah, so you can see that what we have is not identical to what we are trying to create. You can see the difference. So we need to debug this to find out what the issue is. So let's come here and just right click and then inspect. There should be a problem with the face. So when you come here in the face, you realize that the face is supposed to be containing left eye, right eye, everything within the face. So what we are going to do is, let's go back to our HTML. This div that contains the face, we are going to close it right after that. You see that it has moved. So that was where our mistake was. So now let's try to organize our code. So the face contains all the item. The mistake we had made was we made it separate. So now we can see there is a similarity between the image and what we created. So this is basically how you can create a simple emoji using HTML and CSS. The code will be on the GitHub repository if you want to try it out. Once again, let's review the code. So the code basically contains a class, which is emoji, that closes here. And then we shall have the hair, and then we shall have the face, and the face will contain the eyes, eyebrows, nose, and mouth. And then inside the CSS, we shall style the emoji class, which is the general, yellow in color. And then we shall style the hair, and then we shall style the face and the eyes and the rest of other parts of the CSS. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.